All right, everybody, welcome to Hot Couch Potato, the podcast where we talk about video games and girls with nice teeth. My name is Brent, aka Boowa. I'm here with my man Rick, aka A New Perfect Day. What's going on, man?
When you said that Terrace House song just popped in my head again. Just like you gotta play that song every time she like smiles when you see that girl.
Oh, it hurts my feelings, dude.
But nothing much. Just been playing games and watching a little bit of Kitchen Nightmares, which is of Gordon Ramsay, like telling people how their cooking sucks. And I was like, man, maybe I should have like Gordon Ramsay one day just like evaluate my cereal or something.
Dude, you know what you should do? You should show Gordon Ramsay how awesome your pizza cooker is, dude.
Yeah, I know.
You should like make a steak on that bitch and be like, eat that, Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah.
But it's good, man. He does. He just cusses everybody out and tells them how much their food sucks, yeah?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, you know, you think, oh yeah, he's just like getting mad at everything, but then it's like it's integrated to how his personality is, and he's actually like helping these people, and he's giving like these life lessons. And you know, like there's one tearjerker episode where he was like, it was like I think it was like a Italian family owning a restaurant, and they're always yelling at each other, and they're like very disconnect and all that stuff. So he comes in, you know, shows them what's wrong. They're very adamant to not change their ways, and he's like asking the staff to like talk about what they feel about the owners, and then, you know, like he just starts breaking everything down. And then like at the last moment when everything is like brought, like the restaurant is renovated and all the food is redone by him, and he like subtly like low-key like leaves a video. He's like, okay, you know, you guys are successful, here's this video, watch this video. And then it turns out like it was a video of like their parents. Their parents are like pretty old, but they passed away. Yeah. And then the parents was like, because the brother, it was basically two brothers like in their 50s arguing, you know, with each other. They're always yelling. And then the video is of their parents like smiling and laughing. They're like, you know, hey guys, you know, I love you guys, but just work together, enjoy life together. We have this restaurant together, and I want you brothers to like love each other.
Oh God, like dude!
I was like, God damn! You just low key said, "Watch this video," and you walked out the door.
I'm sure those guys were fucking crying their eyes out.
Yeah, dude, they were crying, they were bawling. I was like, damn, he hit him like right in the spot. And then from that day, you know, like they changed their personality. You know, they mended things together because like apparently they've been fighting for like way too long. They don't remember the last time they ever got together, you know. And then, you know, like people are like saying, oh yeah, Gordon Ramsay should just be a psychiatrist or something like that, because he's fixing all of these problems through food.
So that's the show where he fixes up already existing restaurants. It's not the one where there's like a competition in his own restaurant, because that's a show too, right? Yeah, that's
Hell's Kitchen.
There you go. Damn, dude, Gordon Ramsay must be rich. He has all these fucking TV shows, man.
Dude, he does, and he has like Michelin star restaurants all over the globe and all that. And you know, he's pretty popular. It's just he's very, very strict on correcting people's problems, and he's very blunt to, you know, you get in their face and say, this is shit, your food is shit, you know, you've been doing this wrong for 30 years, of course it will be tasting like shit, you know, like stuff like that. But in the end, he was like, you know, where's your passion as a chef, you know, let me respark it for you, kind of thing. So that's what I've been doing.
That's awesome, dude. That show, I never really watched those shows, but I've heard good things about them. And just seeing the little clips of Gordon Ramsay tripping out is always great.
Yeah.
Fun fact about Michelin stars. So those actually came from, Michelin tires. Back in the day, they wanted to promote traveling, going on the road, going on road trips, and they wanted you to use your tires as much as possible. So they made this guide, kind of like a Yelp in the old days. You know what I mean? where they would recommend you places to go, and the top places to go, they would give them stars, and they're known as now Michelin stars. I guess they've always been Michelin stars.
Wow,
but it
that's
just got
crazy.
Yeah, it just got lost in translation. You know, these things are so coveted. You got to ask yourself, why? Who cares? Why does the tire company care? You know how good these restaurants are. But it's because, you know, back in the day, they wanted people to take those road trips, wear out their tires as much as possible, and go to all these Michelin star places.
Wow,
that they rated.
That's crazy.
So it's kind of crazy that it's still a thing today, man. Like, and it's so serious. You know, people really value those. What's the highest you can get? Is it like 3? Yeah. So that's wild, man. But yeah, a lot of stuff happened this week, dude. It kicked off pretty strong with the Super Bowl last weekend. I think everyone, a sports fan and me and everyone else around the world, besides the people that live in Massachusetts, we're all celebrating.
Didn't they like wreck the city?
Yeah, dude. I don't know what happened. Like, I don't know. How are you so happy that you flip over someone's car and put it on fire?
Set it on fire.
Yeah, dude. How are you that happy that you want to destroy something?
Oh man,
that's what trips me out. But even more so, I mean, the game was great. It was exciting, high scoring game, just back and forth. But of course, everybody's going to talk about the commercials, right? Some standouts for me. There was a mobile game fucking commercial during the Super Bowl, man, and it was lame too, dude.
Oh really?
I think it was.
I only saw a couple of commercials.
Yeah, there was. What was it for? It looked like League of Legends, but you play it on your phone. So that's crazy, man. That out of all the video games, that's the one that made it into the Super Bowl, dude. Those people paid millions of dollars to pimp out their cell phone game.
5 million, I think it is.
Probably
30 seconds.
Yeah. There was other trailers, a lot of sappy car commercials, man, that try to hit you in the feels. There was a Han Solo movie trailer, which was cool. I didn't know that was coming out this summer. I thought those come out in December, so that's pretty quick.
There's a Han Solo trailer? I did not.
Yeah. There's gonna be a Han Solo Star Wars movie, which I can't wait for. Daenerys is about to be in it, dude, from Game of Thrones.
Oh,
and
shit.
Childish Gambino, he's a rapper / actor, dude, killing it right now. But yeah, one that stuck out to me was I don't even know what it's called, Cloverfield Paradox or something like that.
Scary.
Yes.
Scary trailer?
Yes. So here's the thing. Here's my thing, man. We're gonna go off on a tangent a little bit here. Cloverfield is my shit, dude. I love that movie when it first came. I love the movie when the first trailer came out. You know what I mean? Because this was that movie where in all the trailers they didn't show the monster that was terrorizing the city. You know what I mean? And at the same time, they were doing this viral marketing where all the characters in the movie had, oh man, was it MySpace pages still at that time?
I think so, yeah.
They either had MySpace pages or Facebook pages, and they were friends and they were talking to each other about, you know, going to a party, which was happening in the movie. There was like YouTube videos of people in the movie making of themselves, and so it was like super ahead of its time with all this viral marketing shit, or all this social media marketing stuff. And then, you know, the movie comes out and it turns out it's less of, you know, a story about monsters and more a story about the people in New York and all this stuff going on and how they react to everything that's happening, you know, with the giant sea monster coming up and destroying everything. You know what I mean? And it was great. I loved it, dude. I just loved the presentation, how everything came along in the end. I didn't care if it was a shaky camera because it was like one of those first person Blair Witch Project type deals. I didn't care. I love that movie to death, right?
Was it that movie like the one where it's like a giant monster and then like they would, when they turn the corner, you know, you only can see the leg and it quickly like goes out of sight? Okay.
You only get like 2 or 3 really good looks at the monster in that movie, you know, which
until
adds
like
to the mystique. Yeah. So like my whole time, you know, watching the trailers, like, man, I got to see the monster. You know what I mean? And then when I watched it, I was like, holy shit, dude, this is actually crazy. Because at that point, I wasn't even worried about seeing the monster anymore. I was so attached to the characters, I wanted them to make it out, right? and like the
Yeah.
monster was kind of in the background. And then when they finally did show it, I was like, holy shit, dude, I hope they don't get eaten. You know what I mean? So needless to say, I love that movie. You know, one of my favorite movies. Which I think is against what everybody thinks about that movie. I think that movie is widely hated. But anyways, when they said 10 Cloverfield Lane was going to come out and it was going to be related, I was like, awesome, I'll check that out too. It was a scary movie, and I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I love Cloverfield so much. I'm going to put myself through it. I actually watched that movie. I actually watched that movie in theaters, dude. That's how crazy it is. And it turned less from this, like, again, expectations where it's going to be like this sci-fi thriller. They've locked themselves in this weird, crazy ass, Fallout type shelter and shit like that, dude. They're just trying to survive. And then the whole game just flips on its own head, where this girl's trying to think, oh man, am I really down here for my safety, or is this guy just a creep locking me in here in like a dungeon or something? You know what I mean? And you don't really know who to trust. Again, characters developing all this shit. It's crazy. She breaks out, runs into the aliens, all this stuff, right? And it doesn't really resolve anything. You could tell that 10 Cloverfield Lane and Cloverfield are kind of related, but it doesn't resolve anything that happened, right? So then during the Super Bowl, this trailer for Cloverfield Paradox comes out, and they market it as being scary. You know what I mean? Like in the trailer, there's people, I don't know, getting limbs cut off and the arms flailing around in the spaceship and shit like that. It looks like Dead Space the movie from the trailers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, cool. Another Cloverfield movie's coming out. I'll check it out. You know what I mean? And then by the end of the Super Bowl, they show another commercial saying it's out now on Netflix. And I was like, what the fuck?
Damn, that was fast.
Already? I'm going to go home and watch this shit. I don't care if it's scary. You know what I mean? So the night of the Super Bowl, I go home, pop up the Netflix, and start watching the movie. And again, it's a scary movie, but I'll take it because I love Cloverfield so much, right? This movie was actually fucking horrible, dude. But I sat through the whole thing just to see how it would relate to the other Cloverfield movies. Oh my fucking god, dude.
Nothing.
No, it did, but only in the last like 2 seconds, man.
Oh wow!
It's so random,
watch
dude.
the whole thing.
It's so random, dude. So it's all about jumping into parallel universes and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And people meeting themselves, but their parallel universe self. You know what I mean? So it's about this one lady who they jump into a parallel universe, and in this parallel universe, her kids are still alive. You know what I mean? So she wants to go back home as soon as possible, but no one else does because they've broken space-time continuum, some kind of bullshit. You know what I mean? So a bunch of shit happens, and they try to go back to their own reality. They think they're back there. And then when they, spoiler alert, when they land back on Earth, the fucking Cloverfield monster shows up. And then the movie ends, dude.
Wow.
So stupid, dude. I was crying so hard after I watched that movie. I was like, I really wasted an hour and a half of my life, dude. Well, yeah, I don't recommend Cloverfield. This is coming from a fan, dude. A fan who loved the first movie and tolerated the second movie. The third movie, just no way, dude. Couldn't do it. And I was shitting my pants the whole time because it was scary, dude. But just couldn't go through it. So yeah, tangent over. That was last week. Super Bowl, Cloverfield, all that stuff. This week, the Winter Olympics is starting in, where is it, in Korea?
North Korea, South Korea.
No, I think it's in South Korea. But no, yeah, that's crazy. I think North and South Korea like combined teams for a couple sports. So that's kind of wild, man.
Yeah, I thought they did, and then they like North Korea was like, no, never mind, and then they're like, oh, okay, let's do it. Then nah, never mind, kind of thing, on and off. So are they still on? 'Cause I have no idea what is going on.
Yeah, you know more than me, dude. I mean, last I heard, they were still on the same side, but I guess not. I'm starting to question it now after you said that. It's the Winter Olympics, so I don't know, man. I feel like the Summer Olympics are more exciting, don't you?
Yeah, yeah. Isn't it supposed to be in Tokyo next time or something like
The
that?
Summer Olympics or the Winter Olympics?
The summer.
Damn, dude, they'll fucking die out there. Isn't it super humid in Japan in the summer?
Around that time, yeah, yeah. Because
Oh,
winter
dude.
is like in January for them,
Mm-hmm.
around December, January.
Mm-hmm. Damn. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, as cool as what's the one where they mop the ice and have the stone roll through? Curling? As cool as that is, I guess bobsledding's pretty cool. They got snowboarding now, which is pretty cool. Um, yeah, I think I do. I think I definitely prefer the Summer Olympics. If anything, for the return of Lucio Ball. Dude, that was so fun, man.
Heck yeah, they should just keep that as like a permanent thing.
Yeah. Oh, I guess that's the big thing from the Winter Olympics is ice skating, right? A lot of people are into that. Especially with that anime that was super popular, Yuri on Ice. Have you heard of that anime?
Was that the one you were like trying to get me to watch? I don't remember. Someone
I don't
brought
think
that
I'm
up.
trying to get you to watch it. I think I mentioned it once before because my sister was watching it. But I guess, of course, the Japanese ice skaters did a ice skating routine to a Yuri on Ice song, and the internet was tripping out. So
Oh, they should just bring back Terrace House. in Japan.
Dude,
in Japan.
Rick is so bitter about Terrace
I
House.
am. I'm filled with the ocean. I'm so salty. You know, it's like I was just pretty salty when the girl was like, "Oh yeah, he didn't hold my hand," and then the other girl was like, "Did you want him to hold your hand?" And she was like, "No, I don't want to hold his hand." I'm like, what the
So yeah, now that he doesn't
Oh.
have that in his life anymore, he's even more salty.
I am like boy. Like I don't like watching those kind of awkward situations, but it was just pretty awkward with everything they did. It's like, you know, you announce your rival, so it's like two guys going after the same girl, and then you just bluntly say to the other person like, "Oh yeah, hey, I'm gonna go ask out the girl you like on a date tomorrow." And I'm gonna take her to the same place you're gonna take her to. You know, it's like what the like why are you gonna say that stuff? You know, I don't know. And then the girl doesn't even get what. Oh God,
It was just
I'm salt.
it's a good slice of Japanese culture, I think, man. That's why you enjoyed it so much, dude.
I did, yeah. I think only three. Okay, I don't want to spoil it, but three couples came out of it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I think I spoiled it, but yeah. I don't want to watch the one in Hawaii. I'm still pretty salt.
Oh man. So yeah, Olympics. I don't know. I was about to say the inferior Olympics, but that's not fair, dude. Those are world class athletes out there, man. I can't be downplaying what they do like that. So yeah, Winter Olympics start this week. What else we got? A lot happened in the video game world too. Monster Hunter World, fastest selling Capcom game ever, which is kind of crazy to think about.
Nice.
Because Capcom's come out with Resident Evil and Street Fighter. So the fact that a Monster Hunter game sold more than all those the fastest is kind of crazy to me.
Yeah, I actually wanted Resident Evil 7. Was it 7 the latest one? To be about, because I thought it was gonna be about ghosts, you know, like you play the demo, it's all like phenomenal thing. I think that's why we like these, like you like Cloverfield. It was because of the mystery. You know, you want to get down to the bottom of this mystery, and you want to find things out. So I think that's why I was interested in getting Resident Evil 7, but I think they turned it into, you know, their normal thing, the biochemical stuff.
Yeah, but the fact that they presented it differently was cool too. You know what I mean? It just wasn't another, you know,
shooter
lab
action.
Yeah, it was another lab accident or anything like that. It was like an experiment itself going wild. That little girl, right? So Yeah, I think I like the direction they took, and you're right. And the fact that I got fully immersed, even before the movie came out, I was looking at the actors like Facebook pages and all that shit, dude, trying to figure out what the hell was going on in the
Yeah.
movie. You know what I mean? I was just like fully fucking immersed in that. So that's what helped me
Yeah.
get into that. So that's crazy. Other Capcom news. Evo, they announced like the 8 main games that are going to be featured at the next Evo tournament in Las Vegas. And Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite is not on the list, dude.
What? Was
RIP,
it?
dude. They're
I
totally
think
just
it's
giving up
because
on it.
that game came out pretty early or pretty fast.
No, dude,
When did
because
that game? Oh no, that came out at E3
that
around
came
E3, I
out.
think.
Yeah, dude. And
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Fighter Z is in Evo this year. That just came out like last
Ooh.
week, dude.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think the fighting game community is just totally disowning Marvel vs. Capcom now, which kind of sucks because Marvel vs. Capcom was a shit for a long time, right? Well, no, not. I didn't really get into 3, but I was into 2. Like 2 was great, man. I remember playing that at
Yeah.
what was that taco shop over where the AutoZone is now? Zapata's, dude.
Oh
Zapata's
yeah.
had a Marvel vs.
Yeah.
Capcom 2 little thing, and I think a Virtual Fighter arcade machine too. And dude, I would be there all day just fucking playing. I remember I would use Venom, and who was the cop? Was the cop in that game? I forget what his name was.
I have no idea.
Damn. But they need to take it back, dude. They just need to. I want a fighting game to just have the 2D sprites again, right?
That's what I'm saying. I think I
This
mentioned that
3D
like
shit.
2 podcasts. Yeah, like they brought like like Street Fighter into that 3D world, and I was like,
Mhm.
I miss the 2D anime kind of feel, cartoony feel of Street Fighter and all that. And
Mhm.
I was talking to my brother-in-law, and he'd been playing Street Fighter for a while. Like he was in it since it like was released, kind of
Mhm.
thing, and he was like, yeah, he wasn't into the whole new 3D kind of stuff. So, but yeah, I wish they brought that back.
Yeah, man. That would be the first person that does that is gonna sell a shit ton, and then there's gonna be a bunch of copycats, and it'll water it down, and then it's a cycle, man. It's a cycle, just like how those old school platformers are starting to come back, and then we'll be like, hey, let's bring back open world games. You know what I mean? It's just a cycle.
Yeah.
So hopefully we get out of this cycle. But yeah, that's kind of crazy, man. Oh, one feature I saw about Dragon Ball Fighters, which I thought was crazy, is how it's a tag game, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
it's 3 versus 3 essentially, right? You pick 3 different Dragon Ball characters and they're on your team. Apparently there's an online mode where one person controls each of the people you pick. So it's 3v3 tag team match. How crazy is that, dude?
6? So
Yeah.
there's 6 players.
So there's 6
you say?
players, yeah. One person controls each character on each team. That's kind of wild, right?
What?
Yeah, yeah.
That is pretty crazy.
I think that'd be kind of fun to try one day. I don't know how it'd work though. Like what if you don't want to get tagged in yet because Freeze is loading up a power bomb and you're like, man, don't throw me
someone
into
tags
that.
you in?
Yeah, they like tag you. Don't take the hit for me. You're like, what the fuck, dude? And then what if your teammates just uses up your meter and you jump in there and you're like 0 meter? I'd be pissed.
Got to carry the entire
I
team.
know, man. But that'd be interesting. I've only really seen it in action once, so I don't know. I wonder if it's a cool mode or cool feature on there.
But it looks like they brought it from 3D back to kind of like the 2D animation, and I think they're successful with that formula.
Yeah, that, and I think it's the same engine or same creator as a lot of the Japanese fighting games like BlazBlue and all that stuff.
I see.
Where
Yeah.
it looks kind of 2D cell shaded, but then when people do supers, the way the camera zooms in and around them, you realize it is 3D.
Yeah.
Which is cool. It's different from like the full on 3D stuff that Street Fighter's doing right now. So I dig it. Yeah. What Overwatch Chinese New Year event is coming up, dude. They just have an event all the time now, huh?
I think so,
Because
but it looks like they might be recycling all of the stuff, and hopefully they just bring out
what?
more new stuff.
Yeah,
Like,
no, they
didn't
are.
they bring back like Lucio Ball like the second time and the
Oh, last
Halloween
summer.
event? Yeah,
Yeah.
again.
So they gave
So
you a chance to get all the old stuff, but then they added new skins too. The Genji skin looks pretty sick, and the McCree skin looks pretty sick too. For the Chinese event coming up now, they brought back Capture the Flag, which I think they did last Chinese New Year as well. So it'll be interesting. But dude, they just had some skins, like a different skin event just happened. So
damn.
I don't know. They're all. That's a pretty good way to make money now that I'm thinking about it. Just always have limited time skins, dude. Then that way people are always paying for that shit.
Yeah, what if the only way to acquire those skins is to actually pay the money? You know, like thinking a little bit like Destiny or their loot boxes where you're not getting good
Oh,
rewards if you don't pay anything, but if you at least pay one time, you'll start getting those good
it
rewards.
seems like that, right? I remember though. I linked I think either my Amazon Prime or something to my Blizzard account, and I got 5 free boxes. And in one of those boxes, I did get 2 yellows. So fortunately, it's not like that. But yeah, that's crazy, dude. Overwatch stays making money, and I heard they're expanding the professional league too. I think they're
Jeez, I
adding.
am no professional.
I know, but it's so fun watching them, dude. Remember that one
Yeah.
time we played Overwatch and I just got done watching an Overwatch match and I thought I was the best fucking McCree out there because I was watching this dude just tear it up as McCree. So yeah, they're adding 4 more teams next season. So that's huge, man. It's just growing now. And it looks successful so far. Either that or they're hyping it up too much to make it seem like it's a big deal.
And making money that way.
Yeah, yeah.
Brilliant.
Because if there's
Brilliant.
anything I learned, if you make something seem like a big deal, then people will start to think it really is a big deal. Yeah, and lastly, some Red Dead Redemption 2 rumors, man, that were out there. It's rumored that there's going to be a battle royale mode in Red Dead
So
Redemption 2.
like the King of the Hill kind of like H1Z1 stuff.
Yeah, like PUBG, but in
Oh
Red
yeah,
Dead Redemption
PUBG and
2, dude.
Fortnite.
Yep. How do you feel about that? Do you think that'd be cool?
I think so because the guns were cool,
Mm-hmm.
and like when we played in the online before, like it was just fun going around with randos and then just like shooting each other and doing certain missions on the same map. So it's
Uh-huh.
like maybe if they add a bunch of like hideouts, maybe we can form like a band of bandits together and we
Mhm.
just wreck everybody while facing other bandits of other players, that they formed. And I think it would be enjoyable if they have like a lot of people in it.
Yeah. And
Um,
that's the thing too. It'll only be enjoyable if you have a lot of people. You can't have a 20-person battle royale game and expect that to be fun though, right? That's not enough people.
exactly.
And how would that work? You can't parachute in onto the map like you do in these other battle royale games. So I don't know, man. Would you
Maybe a
just
train, like a train that just drops everybody off.
Oh,
And
that's true. But then everybody's on the same path. Oh, I don't know. See, it's tricky, man. Because what if a person just
some
stays?
start on the
Someone
train,
just
some starts on like I don't know on a boat,
yeah.
like a sailboat or something.
Someone just stays on the train for the entire game, dude.
And shoot. Yeah, that would be pretty sick.
But yeah, that's interesting. I mean, I don't know. I think it'd be fun because yeah, you're right. We did hang out in the public lobby maps in Red Dead Redemption Online, and I remember we would try to set up for a game, but we'd spend like 20 minutes trying to snipe each other and all that shit, try to kill each other's horses and all that shit, man. Um, but yeah, I
They
think
should make it like a little bit interesting too. Like you put like a couple of banks you have to rob,
oh,
and
there's
whoever gets
definitely
there first and rob it.
everybody else has to try and steal it from them.
Yeah,
There's definitely gonna be heists. I feel like there has to be heists in this one, man. You're part of a criminal crew, man. You're part of bandits, so There's got to be a heist somewhere. Robbing a train would be crazy. I think, man, that would be fun.
Well, I meant like during the battle royale too.
Oh. So there's some incentive. You know what? That's pretty good too. Instead of like usually there's like poison gas or something that makes the map smaller. But yeah, there's something like a bank or something that you have to go to. Oh yeah, that'd be interesting, man. You should design a game, dude.
Whoever has the most money at the end wins. Kind of
Shit,
thing.
yeah, dude, that would be sick.
Or live.
Damn, I want it to come out right. I hope that the battle royale is not the reason they're delaying the game, man. I hope.
I think so.
I don't care about.
They have to like perfect everything.
Who cares, dude? Just release the single player story mode today and come out with Red Dead Redemption Online later, dude. Come on, man. I need this game in my life, bro. But yeah, man. I think that's pretty much it. A lot did happen this week, dude. Holy shit. But with all this happening this week, we were also playing video games. So what games have you been playing this week, man?
Persona 5 managed to actually finish the game with 150 hours.
Holy shit, dude.
Single player. I think it's because I've been, I don't know, lollygagging too much and just sidetracked it and doing everything else. And
going on dates and stuff, dude, with all your waifus.
Yeah, yeah, which is interesting too, because like I think I'm gonna be playing the New Game Plus, but not now. I'm gonna be playing Monster Hunter. But you know, when like I said, you build relationships with the other people, and they actually not affect the story, but they kind of add on to the story a bit. So like, for example, man, it's kind of like, all right, so I'm gonna spoil it a little bit. Like, if you have maxed out relationships with certain people, they actually shows a little bit of scenes at the end of the game of them doing something,
like additional scenes for that character.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I noticed that with only the people I've maxed out, and I only like maxed out like 4 or 5 people, and I was like, where's the rest of the people I built up relationships? But I want to see now like what happens when you build up everybody's relationship, and because they all have their own little story that you go through that I want to check out too. So I'm just putting the game like on easy mode, and I'm just want to see like everybody's individual story and how they're doing things. But yeah, I've been playing Persona 5, beat it. At the end I texted you guys. So basically, there's like a boss that does like a charge attack, and you know, like I thought I was leveled enough where I was able to just fight this monster like usual, but apparently, I think I was just way too weak, or I was doing something way wrong, and all of the things were still alive, and he was charging up his attack. Now, his attack can wipe my entire team in this one attack. And, you know, the only way to stop it is to do certain things, but I didn't do those things. I basically didn't have any potions. I didn't have things to recharge my attacks, my magic and stuff.
Okay.
Had no magic, basically. No healers, no nothing. I was just like, this is it. I only had like 90 HP left, and in order to survive the attack, you might need like 400 or something like that. I only had like 90, and I was like, dude, I'm gonna die in this next hit. So I just forced all of my characters to attack, and one person did like a really critical attack which killed the guy. If I didn't do that critical attack, I would have wiped and had to start all the way back where I had to face him like, I don't know, like 2 or 3 fights before. Yeah. Which was so horrible. RPGs, I was like, man. Oh my God, I barely survived that. And I thought I was the shit, you know, with this. I was like strategizing. I was like, okay, I got this. I'm prepared. But everything was alive at the end, and I just barely scraped by. So I was like, fuck. So that like gave me a little mini heart attack. And so I went on to Monster Hunter. Been playing that for a while. Played with Danny and Scott today with the Nergigante, it seemed a little bit easy. I think it's because they were pretty experienced at farming him. You know, like putting him to sleep, blowing off his horns. Oh yeah, we broke off his tail and we blew off his horns. And I don't know. It's interesting to play with all these different types of people because everyone has different skills that they like to use. You know, like Danny I think he's the only one I know that uses that the great sword. And then Scott was the only one I know that used the heavy bow gun. So, and I think I've only seen one person use the katana, which was you. So it's like, you know, everyone's just using whatever they like, whatever fancies them. Yeah, just been playing with Russ and Crystal lately, on hunting one of the dragons. I don't remember their names. And
that's a problem, Monster. You just never remember their names, dude.
yeah, like I just gotta hunt the red dragon, the blue dragon, the green dragon, the black dragon. So it's like, I don't know, but yeah, I think it's more easier to fight these dragons when I'm playing with you guys. You know, like especially when I was fighting Black Diablos, like I was having a tough time to kind of like distract him, trap him, and you know, land hits. But when I was playing with you and Anthony, you know, you guys were like doing your own things and you were farming somehow miraculously. I don't know how you were able to pick up a lot of things.
I was farming his death, dude. That's what I was mining his death. That's what I was doing.
I don't know how you picked up that much stuff, but you managed to do it. And yeah, so that game is really fun. I think
still
to this, it's really fun. And I just think we need the whole little social hub where we can all see each other instead of going upstairs.
Yeah, to the gathering hub.
Yeah, and I learned a few tricks today too. Like I didn't know you can climb on mushroom walls.
Oh
you, like, jump off it and all that stuff. And I luckily managed to beat Danny and Scott in arm wrestling. So I was like, yeah, my arm is strong with me.
Mash X the hardest, dude.
Yeah, those are the games I've been playing.
That's funny, man. Well, I've been playing Monster Hunter as well, dude. I actually beat the story mode, which is fun. I won't spoil it too much, man, because you're on that next level. But I think right now you're looking for traces, or you're investigating some elder dragons, like one in each area. Dude, one of the fights, the dragon's name is Kushala. I want to say he's the one you're searching for in the ancient forest. Easily one of the most epic fights I've had in an action RPG, dude. This is compared to Dark Souls 3, Bloodborne, dude. Damn. All that shit. It's one of the most epic fights, man. And it's so much fun, dude. I've learned that, I don't know if we talked about this last week, but my sumo slap actually does damage.
yeah, you were saying.
Yeah, man. So it's funny, man. It's exactly like the Team Fortress 2 thing, where you know you can kill someone with your taunt. I want to try. I still haven't done it yet, where I've tried to kill a monster with my sumo slaps, dude. I'm gonna do it soon, and I'm gonna record it. But yeah, I think the progression in the game is awesome, actually, because you know throughout the story, you're just, I know for me and probably for you, you just go on your own and try to farm these different monsters so you can get the armor pieces for them, right?
Yep.
But you don't level up necessarily, right? You stay at hunter rank 13 or hunter rank 15 or whatever, even as many times as you kill this monster. It turns out it's because of the part you're at in the story, there's a level cap. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So you'll go through and I think by the time you fight the last dragon, the cap for the hunter rank is, I want to say 16, 17, 18, something like that. You know what I mean? So you go into that last mission at hunter rank 18, but when you finish that mission, it releases all of that experience that you've been gaining in the background. You know what I mean? and it shoots you up automatically to whatever level you would be if you were just collecting that experience normally. So I think after you finish the story, I jumped up to level 29. So it was crazy. I was like, whoa, what the heck? I was just level 15 like 2 seconds ago. Now I'm level 29. So it's crazy. All of that stuff that you're doing now throughout the story, it counts, So I think that's cool. And then I think there's a couple more missions that are part of like the end game or to get you into the end game. And then they release even more experience and the cap goes up even higher. I think by the time I got done with that last mission, I jumped from level 29 to level 40 something, man. It was up there. So
this doesn't affect your stats, like, the higher level you are?
I think it affects what quests you can go into for sure. And I want to say it affects your max stamina and health. Because now when I drink nutrients or eat a steak, my stamina can go up way higher now as opposed to before. So I want to say it does. But I think the number one thing is the different hunts that or different quests, investigations that you get now. They're a lot higher now too. And you need to be like that high of a level to even start it. So I think that's the one thing that it affects for sure. What happened? Oh, last night, dude, Thursday night, PlayStation Network went down. I was ready too, man.
No.
All right, rushed home, got dinner early so I could eat, so I could just jump on and play some Monster Hunter the whole night, dude. Jump on, and my friends list isn't popping up. Oh, that's weird. Whatever. Let me just start up Monster Hunter. PlayStation Network is under maintenance. What? That doesn't make sense. That's okay. I could just jump into my own single player game and play this game. Psych. You need to be connected to the network at all times to play Monster Hunter.
Wow, dude. I didn't know that.
Yeah, dude. So I couldn't get in at all, dude. And it's so funny too. I remember specifically you and I had a conversation about how whack it would be that we'd always have to log in to play a game. You know what I mean? And now I'm just sitting here gritting my teeth, like putting up with it, dude, because the game is that much fun,
Yeah.
So I was kind of hung on online. I edited some of the videos that I recorded while playing Monster Hunter. There's a few funny ones, man, when you and I are fighting Toby Kadachi, that electric lizard guy in the where was that? In the arena. It's the one where you hit me in the air with your sword and I slammed down on him. Yeah, there's a couple funny clips I got in there of that.
What about the one where we're picking the tail, and I think it was like Anthony said, "Don't touch the tail,"
and we both died.
Both ran to the tail.
Yeah. No, I definitely have that one too, man. But yeah, I just went through a bunch of funny clips, and that took maybe like an hour or something. I was like lollygagging, and PlayStation Network was still down. So I was like, okay, I guess it's a blessing in disguise, right? Because I started Life is Strange before I started playing Monster Hunter, and I could play this offline. Let's go into Life is Strange. I played that game for 30 minutes before I turned it off, dude.
I don't want to listen to drama.
I know, dude. I was just, there's a mood you have to be in to play that game, right? And I was totally in the mood to fucking use my sword against all types of dragons and monsters and shit. I was in the mood to reverse time and all this stuff, man, and go through a story. Come on now, man. So, yeah, I didn't play much last night, but I'm ready to get on it this weekend, dude. Monster Hunter's addicting, dude. It's a great game, man. Like I said, I'm just finding out new stuff every day about it too, which makes it even better considering we put almost 100 hours into this game, man. It's crazy.
Shoot, yeah. I was about to hop on yesterday too. I was like, okay, I've been playing Persona too much. Logged off. Says PlayStation was going through maintenance, and I was like, oh, I guess it's Destiny saying I have to finish this game. So I ended up finishing it, but yeah.
There you go. Blessing in disguise, dude. Oh, what was that fucking penis monster you sent us, dude? What the fuck is that, man?
I don't know. The monsters are normally normal looking, you have pumpkins, you got demons, angels, and all that stuff. But then when I was in the last area, and that monster doesn't show up often, it's just so weird. It's Like, what the fuck? It's like a penis monster that like is in a chariot and standing upwards, and I was like, how the fuck did they get away with that? And it has tentacles too, and then like when you like weaken it, it goes limp. Like I was like, oh my god, they got away with this so hard. It's called the King of Desires or something like that. And I was like, I don't know if I want to add you to my Pokemon list. It's like resistance to like every element, and when it does attack, it's like a white dome ball thing. I was like, oh my god.
Oh my fucking god, dude.
Oh man, that's
wow.
fucking funny.
Fucking Persona. Fucking Japan, dude. That's funny. So this week we're gonna talk about games where you don't kill anybody. So we've taken a week to think about it and kind of rack our brains around what games that are out there where you don't kill anybody. Turns out there's a lot. I did a little bit of research, man. But from personal experience, man, what games do you remember where you've played you haven't killed anybody?
Shoot, that's the thing. I kind of don't remember a lot because holy crap. But here's the list. I only have like a couple that's recent. You know, it's that flower game that was on the PS3.
Okay.
And you're just like the flower petal that flying through the fields trying to collect more flowers.
You recommended
petals.
that. What's that game called?
Flower or flow. Flower.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's pretty cool. Use the gyro from the controller, but I don't know about it on PS4. And I thought I had one. It was like Stardew Valley, but you kill monsters still.
Wait, you kill monsters in Stardew Valley?
Yeah, you don't have to, but you go into this cave to like kill stuff, and I was like, okay, never mind. I thought it was just farming, but I guess you can say Harvest Moon since Stardew Valley is similar. But Honey Pop.
Yeah, there you go. Honey Pop. You don't kill anybody in there.
Yeah, and
I was gonna make a joke, but that's mad inappropriate.
And then I was gonna say Undertale, kinda.
Yeah, because isn't there a pacifist run?
Yeah, pacifist route. If you just don't kill anything, and which is I think it's the more easier route, and it's like the true ending kind of thing.
Okay, I gotta ask you, man. Since you brought it up, is that the right way to play the game?
The pacifist way. It's if you like happy endings, that's the correct way.
Oh wow! Because I think
if you like the other way, then there's the extreme way. If you like kill something, a couple things, then that's like a normal ending.
Okay, because I think there's like a consensus out there, or at least I know it was a big debate on the internet for a while, like what was the right way to play Undertale? Should there even be?
Really?
Yeah, should there even be a right way to play Undertale, right? Like where you have to not kill anything, you know what I mean? Or you have to do the pacifist run. You know, let people fucking enjoy the video game how they want to enjoy the video game. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So that's interesting, man. But no, I think you're totally spot on with Undertale. That's the one I was going to bring up to you, you know, that you played, if you didn't bring it up. Because I know you were talking about how, yeah, you can go through that game without killing anybody. You just have to go through, like, the right steps, right?
Yeah. And another thing on my list, I don't know if this counts as killing, but it's hurting people a lot. It's like Batman.
No, that could work because Batman doesn't kill anybody, dude.
Nope. Yep. He doesn't kill anybody. And then last one I could think of is certain fighting games. You know, like their live Street Fighter.
The volleyball games.
Yep, volleyball
All
games.
Sports games, pretty much. Yeah.
Driving games. Damn. Well, if you crash.
Oh, I know, right? So yeah, there's actually a lot, huh? There's a lot of games out there. I guess a couple that I have here that you mentioned. Emily is Away. You know, I've recommended that game a couple times. Just that
your soul.
It does. There's just I don't even know how you would. What genre would that game be? It'd just be, I don't know, like a
Drama
real time
scenario.
RPG type thing, like a real time role playing game or something.
Role playing. I don't know.
A simulator, a life drama simulator,
A
or something?
life simulator, probably.
Yeah, something like that. But in that game, you don't kill anybody. You don't even do anything except for choose text that you want to type out. I guess the second one is a little bit more exciting because you have to balance like 3 or 4 conversations at the same time. But yeah, every walking simulator out there, I kind of hate that term, but it's kind of true. Like the one I've played personally, Gone Home, where you're just kind of dropped into this scenario. I think you're a girl who's going back to her childhood home, and it starts out kind of scary because you don't know what you're doing in this house. It's after walking through the house that you realize, oh, it's my house. You know, what's going on in it? Why am I here at this house? You know what I mean? And it seems like the story is going to take you in a direction where it's kind of scary, but it turns out it's not. And you're just, you know, in your house on a rainy night. You know what I'm saying? But games like that, those are pretty fun. Really story, narrative driven. What else is there? Tetris, I think I mentioned last week, man. You don't kill anybody in Tetris. You're just a communist trying to make a spaceship. One of the big ones, Phoenix Wright. You don't kill anybody in Phoenix Wright, dude.
That's right, yeah.
Unless, you know, talking about the pointing, objection, and all that shit. Well, wait, do you give people a heart attack in that game with your accusations?
Maybe.
I think some people have heart attacks in that game.
Sometimes. Yeah.
So maybe you kill him. And my pick, kind of like your Batman pick, where you don't kill anybody, but you hurt them pretty badly. Metal Gear Solid 4 specifically. I think there's you might be able to do it in 2 and 3 too. Because I know.
Wait, you have to use the tranquilizer.
Yeah.
For number 4.
Because there's because you know when you finish the game you get a rank, right? I think the highest rank you can get is Naked Snake or something like that, where you finish the game in under 4 hours, you don't kill anybody, you don't fire any shots, something like that. So it's kind of wild. Because thinking about it, how the hell do you go through the game without killing anybody, dude?
I don't know. I don't know how he goes through the bosses without killing anybody.
Yeah, what were they called, dude? The Belching Beauties? The Wailing Women? What were they called, dude?
I have no idea.
I forgot what they're
I just
called.
remember they can pose if you like
Dude,
down something.
That was the best. After you beat them and you're in that little, I don't know, that whited out room or whatever, and you put on your fucking iPod and you play that like J-pop song and they start doing a whole dance routine. Those are the best, dude. I played that song and one of them started dancing and shit, and I shot a Nikita rocket launcher at them while they were dancing. Just blew them up. It's amazing, dude. But yeah, you can go through that game without killing anybody. I've never tried it. That's always been something I wanted to try, but yeah, man, I'm just imagining how you do that during the boss fights, man.
Mm-hmm.
How long ago was it when you beat that game?
I think I was in high school still.
Shit.
Or college. Yeah.
I can't want to beat that game either.
Hella back in the day.
Yeah, man. I just remember I really couldn't figure out how to beat the Psycho Mantis boss for a long time. I remember I legitimately had to look that up.
Isn't she a girl in that one?
Yeah, it's a chick and she's like floating around, and every time you shoot her the bullets bounce off or something. I forgot what you do, but she has like this doll that controls everything. So what you have to do is you have to get the doll from her and use it against her. What was that other guy's name in that game? The vampire guy. Was it Vladimir? Is it Vladimir?
Vladimir, I think, yeah.
I remember I didn't know how to beat him either. Because remember, whenever you fight him, he just regains all his health again. Because his nanomachines reconstructed him. I had to read how to beat him for that one. Because you have to stab him with that syringe, right? After he gets to a certain point.
Yeah.
Dude, I need to play that game again. It's been a fucking while. That's only on
You need to
PlayStation.
play number 5.
That's very true too. I do need to play number 5, but Metal Gear Survive kind of turned me off to it, man. Metal Gear
They should have
Survive.
put it in like a city, I think.
Metal Gear Survive, or
Yeah, like you're actually running, not holding down the fort. But you're like running away and going through areas, just like Left 4 Dead,
yeah.
but sneaking through stuff.
See, I mean, I think the gameplay is solid. You know, the engine is great for Metal Gear, but yeah, Metal Gear Survive might have ruined Metal Gear 5 for me, man. I don't know. It's gonna be. I'm not gonna play that game until I'm like 40, dude. I'm gonna play Metal Gear. But yeah, so those are just some examples of games that we thought of where you don't kill anybody. I like the Batman and Metal Gear one, man, because well, Batman really doesn't kill anybody, right? Like you said, he just hurts people really bad. I mean, he could do some things that cause people's deaths, I guess, you know, like
Yeah.
pushing them off a ledge or something like that, or like
Yeah.
shooting guns at their car or something, right?
I know when I try to run them over, it just shoots out like a electric beanbag or something. I was like,
Mhm.
there's no way they could have survived that shit, because they like go like flying 40 feet and then landing on the ground. But yeah. Oh, Jet Set Radio was also another one where you just spray paint the town and stuff.
Oh, okay, yeah. Because then to get away from the cops, you just spray paint the cops too, essentially, right?
Yeah.
Huh.
Oh, Bust a Groove, where I beat you.
Oh no, chill
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Chill out with that one. That's a lie.
Hey, don't block
Propaganda.
that out of your memory.
Propaganda.
Block that.
Propaganda. Yeah, that's true. Parappa the Rapper. Now as you bring that up.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So yeah. There's a few games. I'm just looking at all the games that are sitting on my desk right now, and it's fucking Uncharted, Destiny, Bloodborne, Call of Duty, Grand Theft Auto.
Kill
people
kill,
in all
kill.
those games. So that being said, man, I don't know. Are games where you kill people more enjoyable than the games where you don't kill people, you think?
That's what I like to believe. That's the theory. The conspiracy, they're pre-training us to get ready for
For death and destruction and shit.
Yeah, to enjoy the violence of, I don't know, maybe it's unconditional condition training or something like that, but it's very subtle, and it's surprising. Like, most of us enjoy playing games where we inflict violence or eliminating or destroying something. It's just like when I hand, even like Mario, you stomp on these turtles and Goombas and they disappear. It's like, isn't that like subtly killing things? And you find pleasure when you beat a boss and kill the boss and all that. But I think there are games where you have your puzzles, your race cars, and all that, that are pretty enjoyable. Like Flowers, like no stress. Don't really have to worry too much about dying or anything or mortality, and Jet Set Radio where you're spray painting the town, Bust a Groove where you're dancing to awesome beats, Hatsune Miku as well, and games like that. But the majority of the games, I think people find it better to release stress by destroying things or stuff like that. So maybe people love Call of Duty because they want to get home from work and they're
shoot shit.
Yeah,
They're stressed out, so they just
shooting
want to
shit,
squeeze a trigger.
kill. Yeah, exactly. And then we all usually get an achievement after that, some sort of reward. So that's some sort of conditioning. We're just like, oh yeah, we all beat this boss together. We killed him and his people, and now it's like, yeah, we get a cool gun out of it.
I don't know if it's more enjoyable. I guess you just get different things out of each game experience. I will say I think it's harder to make a game where you don't kill anybody.
Yep.
That appeals to a lot of people rather than making a game where you do kill people, and having it appeal to a wider audience. Because I was just thinking right now when you brought up that Flower game, Journey's a great game where you don't kill anybody. It's more of like a platformer action game. The beauty of that, and I think what draws you in, is the exploration. And I think that's a similar thing with a lot of these games too, like the walking simulators. Is just the exploration, wanting to find out more about the space you're in, the environment you're in, why you're in the situation that you're in. You know what I mean? And then with other games too, like Emily is Away or Phoenix Wright, you want to find out more about that story, about that narrative, and dive deeper in why things are the way they are. You know what I mean? Why Phoenix Wright's hair is the way it is, and how this guy says he didn't shoot somebody, but he shot somebody at the same time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's, well, I think, yeah. And with those terms, you have to tell a great story that can't be carried by guns or violence or anything like that.
Pokemon.
Yeah, that's true. They faint. They don't die. But what about the wild Pokemon that you just beat up? Do they die?
Okay, you're kind of blowing my mind right now.
Well, no, I'm just thinking that right now.
What the fuck happens to them?
What happens?
You knock them out. They don't go to the hospital.
Yeah, they don't go to the Poke Center, dude. They just fucking lay down there with their broken ass legs, and they're just like, oh god, this fucking guy he's farming his Pokemon here all day. Fuck. Killed my whole family. He killed my whole Caterpie family, dude. Fuck him. So yeah, I mean, I think it goes without saying, you get different experiences out of anything. It all what tickles your fancy at the moment, dude. And I mean, I think it's a dilemma that we have right now in Monster Hunter as well, right? Where you can choose to kill a monster or capture it. You have that morality in place, right? Where it's like, oh man, do I want to kill this thing, or should we just capture it to make it easier? You know, we can skip a whole phase of fighting. You know, we get more materials if we capture it. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
So it's interesting. I think that's definitely where I wanted this conversation, or this conversation sparked from, for sure. But yeah, man, what game am I? And I don't know. Does anybody die in Life is Strange? Actually, don't tell me. I don't want it to be spoiled, man.
I have no idea.
You know what's crazy to me is I've gone this long without having Life is Strange spoiled for me. Which says a lot, dude. That's pretty good, man. I need to get it out of my backlog quick before it gets spoiled for me, man. I want to cry when I finish that game, dude. I feel like you when you had to play Last of Us, man. How did you have that not get spoiled for you too, dude?
I think it's because everyone that I've been around, they just said, "Oh yeah, it's a great game." And that was it. Like, nobody like talked about it, which was strange, you know? Like, if it was that great, why not like boast about it or explain? But I don't know. And then I never seen any of the trailers. I just wanted to make sure I'm fully immersed, you know, and all that. Mm-hmm. So I avoided everything, the internet, looking at stuff, and when the subject is brought up, they don't talk about it, or I let them know I haven't played the game yet, and you know, that's why I was like able to fully immerse myself and empathize with all of the characters.
That's a game I'd wipe my memory for to play again, man. That one, you know what? I think I would do it with Final Fantasy VII too. I would wipe my memory just so I could play and experience that game for the first time again, man.
Would you like tell yourself to be interested in the game, like to play the game? Like, if you wipe your memory, then does that include all the trailers or the anticipation built up to playing that game?
Yeah, I think I'd, set the game in front of me, wipe all my memories of the game, open my eyes, and I'd see the game in front of me like, oh, hey, I want to play this. You know what I mean? Or like, oh, I wonder why this is here. Let's play it. So it won't be something crazy where I just wipe out my anticipation for the game too. You know what I mean? I'd still play it.
Yeah, same
That
here
would be
with
funny though.
Xenogears.
That would be funny though if you're like, you're at the hospital and you tell the guy, all right, I want you to wipe all the memories I have of Xenogears. You know what I mean? So he
Yeah.
wipes all the memories you have, and you're like, all right, cool. Thanks. What the hell is Xenogears? Oh, it looks stupid. I don't want to play this. And you never play it.
Exactly. That's what I'm scared of. You wipe your memory for Final Fantasy and you're like, no, this game looks too old. I'm like, what?
Yeah, dude. That'd be funny. But yeah, man, we're slowly trying to find ways to replace our gaming recommendations because we fucking recommended everything under the sun, man. So this week we'll have like a quick fire question. So Rick, I'm asking you, would you rather wait a long or a short time between a video game's announcement and its release?
Short time, because of the Red Dead. I did not know anything about that game, and they just released a trailer when it released, and I was like, wow, I gotta play this game. And sure enough, it was like one of the best games I've ever played. That was very memorable,
Yeah.
I think, because if you do long announcements, like they say, oh yeah, we're gonna release Final Fantasy Versus 13, and then 12 years later, then they're like, okay, now we changed the name, but it's released now. I think the short time would always win.
Yeah, because then the time starts to work against you, right? Because not only do you have to spend more money marketing the game for that long amount of time, but people's anticipations are building up now. They're like, oh man, it's taking this long to make it. This game is going to be perfect. You know what I mean? And then when it finally comes out and it's not perfect, you're like, well, shit, that was a waste of time. So
I did not think of that with Destiny or Division.
Yeah, dude, I am 120% with you, man. Like, yeah, I'd rather you announce your game, like, I don't know, 6 months before it comes out, and that'd be perfect, dude.
Yeah,
so, that's crazy, man. These fucking long ass announcement to release times. I think what's still going on. Shenmue is like 3 years and going now, man. Shenmue 3 at least, and
yeah,
Red Dead Redemption 2 is about to be over a year. So, fuck, man, it's getting crazy. But I don't think we'll find anything wrong with Red Dead Redemption 2. That game is gonna be perfect no matter what, right? Oh, dude, A Way Out comes out next month, man. We gotta get that.
Which game was that one again?
That's the one where you're two guys that break out of prison and you have to play through the story co-op. Yeah, dude, we gotta play that, man. We gotta play
hell that yeah. I don't think we'll get very far, but hell yeah.
No, dude.
I'm gonna like trip the alarm.
I'll try to be the one that like tries to sneak into everything, and you'll be the guy that just like, I don't know, brute forces everything.
Yeah. I gotta take a shit. Oh shit.
Oh man. But yeah. So that's it for us this week. Next week we'll be talking about the best food in video games, man. We are the best judges when it comes to food. I mean, Rick is a seasoned veteran of Hell's Kitchen. And wait, what is it? Kitchen Nightmares.
Kitchen Nightmares.
And we definitely watch Food Wars, Iron Chef. We've seen it all, man. And with the great food, man, I'm serious. Every time I eat in Monster Hunter World, I legit get hungry. I'm like, man, I should go to Chinese buffet right now and just get everything on the menu twice, dude. You know what I mean? And then just the way your character eats it too is just like, oh, take a bite of this. I'm not done yet. Take a bite of this. Oh, let me drink some beer. Just all over the place,
he's like, he's starving to death.
I know, dude. It's so amazing. It's like, who's like that? Like Goku, you know what I mean? Like that dude is always eating too, right?
I always get hungry when he's eating. Yeah.
Yeah, man. So we'll talk about food representation in video games. But before then, Rick, some words of wisdom.
If you're gonna open up a restaurant, never freeze your food. Otherwise, Gordon Ramsay's gonna come and shut down your restaurant.
All right, guys, we'll see you